Hello everybody, Randy Adkins here, back for more Shadowbringers MSQ. I am picking up in the middle of 5.4. I did 5 of the 10 quests last night, ending with the dungeon, and I will hopefully get the other 5 quests done tonight. I am on my way to speak with Admiral Merlvib Blofusfane. So let's go ahead and get into game. And I forgot to, oh, never mind. I thought I didn't prime the game, so it was going to be blank. But here we go. We're already in Limsa, because it's not my return point, but since I have an authenticator attached to my account, I get a free teleport. And since I have so much stuff in Limsa that that's kind of my home base, that's my free teleport. Oh, my friends are here. It's time for talking to my friends.
Even as we speak, we are weaving a new future, and when it all becomes history, I hope that those who follow may look back with gladness. If we offer them the means to cure their temper, the beast tribes are far more likely to listen. Though the Admiral is not expecting us, I am certain she will want to hear our report. Come, let us request an audience. Why, Captain Murasaki, ever a welcome sight. Tidings for the Admiral, you say? She is presently receiving guests, but for the Scions, I know she will make an exception. Follow me.
Is it more friends? Are the guests more friends? Oh, I mean, not yet, but hopefully they will be.
My friends, what brings you here this day? Is this true? By the Navigator, a cure for tempering. As often as I've been in awe of you Scions, I would not have thought it possible. And yet it is, Admiral. We have done it here in Limsa, and production of more familiars has already begun.
I'm getting, like, the accents are getting swirled up in my head.
You have my thanks, truly. This will do much to advance the cause of peace, yet I fear it will take more to close the rift twixt man and beastman.
Like, maybe stop calling them that? There you go.
Even to speak thus divides us. Welcome as it is, a cure will not guarantee the reconciliation between our peoples. For though summoning and the tempered may serve to fuel the conflict, they are but symptoms of it. If we are to resolve the primal problem once and for all, we must address the cause. We must strive for mutual understanding and find a way to leave our bloody past behind. "'Twas I who moved that the Alliance renew its push for peace. Since our ancestors came to these shores some 7 centuries past, we Lominsans have been at odds with those who share our island home. Save for a brief moment of cooperation with the kobolds, our history has been one of nigh constant territorial squabbling. Meanwhile, our struggle with the Sahagin for control over the seas has only grown fiercer, a matter made worse by the thrice-damned calamity driving them to seek new spawning grounds. With survival at stake, each had no choice but to fight, and so I dismissed peace as impossible. Impossible is a word coined by the weak, I proclaimed to all who'd listen, and then gave up. You and yours put me to shame. Since you led us to victory against the Black Wolf, you've achieved the impossible again and again. And I thought it high time that I followed suit, hence my proposal to the Alliance Council. But no sooner did I reach out to our neighbors in Vilbrand than my own people sought to thwart me. You speak of the pirates who failed to attend the meeting. Aye, acting through a friendly faction among the kobolds. We had intended to seek an audience with a prominent patriarch. But the bloody executioners would not hear of it, and their absence sent a message to the rest. Though they are but one of the three pirate powers, they are the greatest, and any attempt at peace will founder without them. I am given to understand that their leader, Captain Hilfair, has been bedridden for some while with an ailment of the lungs. Correct. In his absence, his right hand leads, a man named Sicard, but recently risen to prominence among their ranks. Save for his disdain for authority, little is known about him. We have invited him to speak with us more than once, but he will not come. I have asked the Yellowjackets and the Rogues with uncovering his motives. I've tasked the Yellowjackets and the Rogues with uncovering his motives, but they have learned naught of any value.
Let us do it.
We have a nose for the truth. Whatever this Sicard wants, we'll find out. Truly, I would be much obliged. I shall look forward to hearing what you learn, and good luck.
Yay. Let's talk to my friends again.
I know naught of this city, save what I've read or heard in passing, so in this matter I will follow your lead. The Admiral is right. The cause of the conflict needs to be addressed. We'll do what we can to ease the way, but it ultimately falls to the Lominsons to make peace with their neighbors. By way of a first step, I suggest we split up and make inquiries around town. Someone must know this Sicard. If you could approach the pirates, Rando, the rest of us will seek out merchants and adventurers.
Are they going to try to fight me? They're in the upper parts, right? Because one of them is that one man. And the other one is by the aft castle. Okay, well, Marauders Guild first. I was gonna say it's this man over here. I couldn't remember his name. Caravalian. I remembered where he was, but I didn't remember his name. Caravalian.
Curious about Sicard, are you? As am I, my friend, as am I. Sadly, I know nothing of the man, save that the bloody executioners experienced a marked improvement in their fortunes after his promotion. Quite how he achieved this is a matter of some debate. As you know, the thalassocracy permits us to attack only Garlean vessels, yet these have all but vanished from the sea since the Empire turned in upon itself. In order to adapt, we Krakens have taken to trading with the East, but the executioners are less forward-looking. I cannot imagine they would willingly abandon the old ways. And how, then, are they lining their coffers? Whatever their secret, they are not like to share it with their rivals, but mayhap you will have more luck.
I like Caravalane. He's a good guy for a pirate.
Now to the aft castle.
And into that building that I think I've been into like once. Yeah, I still need to do the seasonal event too. Milk Coco, you are very cute. Roswin.
Eh? You want to know about Sickard? He's a wily bugger is what he is. Found some clever way to make coin, they say, and traded it for Monskate's place at Old Hilfrir's side. There was a time we raced the executioners for our pick of the Empire's fleet, but the Garleans are gone, and them days with them. Owing to which, we've all of us had to look for other ways to make ends meet, with that jumped up bilge rat Sickard landing the juiciest, whatever it may be. Not that we sirens are struggling, mind. We do well enough guarding fishing boats from the fishbacks and other beasties. Get the first pick of produce for our table, see? Quality stuff at a bargain price. This we pass to our sisters as can't sail on account of getting old or wounded or with child, and they cook it up and sell it for profit. Simple. Oh, I miss the old days, don't get me wrong. But when I see the girls with their little ones, I think to myself, a life of peace and quiet ain't all bad.
Aww. I like that sentiment. That's cute. Oh, hello, everyone. I need to be better at paying attention to chat. Sorry about that. Hello. This isn't a new character, Michael. This person, you do a, I don't remember what quest it is, but a fairly low level quest. I think it might even be in the, like, sending you around Limsa to get acquainted with the city quest at the very, very beginning. I know I've been to her before. But yes, I like the pirates that are good people. Okay, so now I have to go to my friends. Are they back where they were? Yeah, I don't remember what the quest was. I just remember I have had to go there to speak with her before. That's why when I was following the map there, I was like, I didn't even know this building was here. But then I was like, wait a minute. No, I remember this building. I have been there one time before. Lower decks. Oh, they're back at the...
Back where I left that. Over here.
I forgot that you were off early tonight, and like usually I don't have to worry about like, oh, are you guys gonna get on and play, and then am I gonna have to stop streaming? But yeah.
Walking through the city, one would never suspect this was until recently a bastion of piracy. The Admiral is to be commended for overseeing so swift a transformation. As I went about making my inquiries, I chanced upon a shop that boasted a rather enticing selection of sweetmeats. Perhaps we could take Gabu and Graha there one day.
Literally treating Grahatia like a baby. I love it.
I see everyone has returned. Now, who would like to go first?
Yeah, I know Darian's logged in watching me, I think, but I don't think he's actually watching me because this is very much spoiler territory for him.
So, just as their imperial prey began to disappear, Sekard turned the executioner's fortunes around with a mysterious new source of income. Whatever it is, it's nothing to scoff at. According to the tavern keeper I spoke to, the crew have been indulging themselves as never before, but no amount of drink seems to loosen their tongues as to how they're coming by their coin. For my part, I spoke with a reporter from the Harbour Herald. The publication has been investigating the secret of the executioner's good fortune and making little headway. Plainly, the executioners do not wish the nature of their business to be made public. And I think I may know why. In the course of making inquiries on Hawker's Alley, an interesting fact came to light. Just as the executioners began to enjoy better fortunes, the price of crystal went into sharp decline. A sudden fall in demand, I was told. Curious, I contacted Hoary Boulder, who has been watching the movements of the beast tribes, and my suspicions were proving correct. Despite ever-worsening relations between beast tribes and the Thalassocracy, neither Titan nor Leviathan have made an appearance of late, suggesting the kobolds and the Sahagan lack the means with which to summon them. Do you mean to say that the executioners are divesting them of their crystals?
Yeah, when you guys get on, I'll probably tie this up and maybe do stuff with you, or at the very least get into Discord and mute myself so I can do my voiceover or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
All indicators point to that conclusion, yes. Though we have no hard evidence as yet. We must investigate further. Agreed. So how do we proceed? Oh, I have an idea about that. In fact, I've already taken the liberty of making certain provisions.
Alphino always thinking 1.5 steps ahead.
If Alphino's theory proves well-founded, it could go some way to explaining the executioner's vehement opposition to peace.
Well, yeah. If they don't keep trying to get more crystals, they won't have crystals to steal from them.
Do you remember how Alphino pretended to be some manner of merchant to infiltrate Yulmore? Well, I bet you 10 gil he's about to reprise the role.
Alphino has the look of a man with a plan. I mean, I am one of the shorter races, and he is shorter than me. Alphino doesn't look much like a man at all. He looks like a teenager with a plan.
During my inquiries, a disgruntled merchant informed me that a wholesaler of crystals had recently arrived in Limsa Lominsa, offering wares at prices far undercutting the competition.
And now we know how they're getting money.
After asking around, I was able to gain an introduction and will shortly pose as a potential buyer in a bid to establish the crystal's provenance. The man is due to be at
I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm going to have to look it up because this is one I've heard pronounced multiple ways. Let's see. No, it's not. Sorry. Hmm. Let's see. No, I don't want Virgo. I want Ocean. Ocean. Okay, so it's pronounced Ocean, which is weird because he's not the god of the ocean, but but it's pronounced Ocean.
The man is due to be at Ocean's Embrace in Lower Lenosha shortly. I suggest we make our way there at once.
So lower is the gate that's not the Zephyr gate. The one I never go out. The Tempest gate. Oh. Here? Oh.
That appears to be our merchant. Wish me luck. Wait, if he truly is in league with the bloody executioners, he will surely be wary of those allied to the Admiral, the Scions not least of all. Compared to yours and Rando's, mine is an unfamiliar face. Let me play the role of buyer.
Says the man with literal, like, Archon mark on his neck. I suppose a lot of people probably don't know what the Archon mark is, who aren't associated with Charlian, but still. Well, Ocean is one of the 12. So there are a lot of things named for the 12. Lim Lane is the one who is the goddess of the ocean. But see, the reason I wanted to look up the pronunciation of ocean is because I've heard a lot of people like put like a hard like SK sound in it, and I was pretty sure that was wrong. So I wanted to look it up, and it's ocean. I also, in my little bit of research just now, figured out that, let's see, the one whose symbol is the hand, who has the blessing and the crafting actions, which is spelled Byregot, is pronounced Biergo. So, some more information for you.
Graha is right, and even if you aren't recognized on sight, you look too genteel to be mixing with society's underbelly. Genteel? But very well. I leave it to you, Graha.
Business with me, cat boy.
You're the crystal wholesaler?
Way to look not suspicious. I need I need a picture of Grahatia looking not suspicious at all. And I'm also going to do this so that I can put it in Discord. It's Grahatia's I'm not suspicious at all face. I don't know what you're talking about.
That I am. But you're no merchant. So what do you want the crystals for?
Looks at his accomplices. Oh, Graha, you're a natural.
Don't look at us, you idiot. You'll give yourself away. Oh, I see. You're a weaponsmith, am I right? And you need crystals to make staves like that fine specimen you've got there. That's right. I am indeed a weaponsmith, and I use naught but the finest materials. I bid you show me your wares. Well, we don't invite just anybody to our storehouses. It takes time to establish trust, you understand. Look, I have a large and urgent commission, and if the quality is not satisfactory, I will not quibble over the price. It's plain that that's no ordinary crystal adorning your staff, so I'll make an exception. Come with me.
Thumbs up to no one in particular.
It seems to be working. Let's follow them.
That face was great. Don't worry, I'm not being conspicuous either. I'm definitely not riding up here on a giant transforming mount ship thing.
Given how long he spent playing the Crystal Exarch, you'd think Graha would be a better actor. Honestly, if it hadn't been for that staff, we must remember to thank Tataru. They went into that tunnel, quietly now. You won't find any finer, especially not for the price. Indeed, I would expect to pay more than double for such quality. How could they possibly be so cheap? There's nothing unlawful about them, if that's your worry. They're from Ogamoro, if you take my meaning. Stuff's as pure as it gets. You won't be disappointed. So how much do you want? Ogamoro, taken from the kobolds just as we suspected.
I knew this was going to happen.
That's enough. Shut your gobs and turn around. Slowly. I'm Sickard, acting captain of the Bloody Executioners. No need to introduce yourselves. We know who you are. Scions. And we also know you've been chatting to the Admiral. Got eyes and ears everywhere, you see. Comes with being the only true pirate crew left in Limsa. So we've established you ain't here to buy crystals. The question is, what are you here for? You are bold to reveal yourself to us without knowing our objective, but that would explain your swift rise to power. You have spoken plain, and so I shall return the favour. We came here to learn why the Bloody Executioners oppose the Admiral's will. And we have our answer. Should Limsa Lominsa make peace with the kobolds, you would lose the source of your newfound wealth. That's right. Just to remind you though, we ain't breaking any rules here. The law forbids us from attacking any vessel not flying the Imperial flag, but it don't say nothing about beastmen. Only reason we keep our operation nice and quiet's because we don't want no one taking our business. Wait, just listen to the end, will you? For what it's worth, I have the highest respect for you and yours. Him especially. While the Maelstrom were worrying about dirtying their fancy red clubber, you lot stormed Ugamaro and battered Bleeding Titan himself. Raised a mug to you when I heard the news. And now we're following in your footsteps, making sure the beastmen never summon their stinking gods again. Practically your successors we are.
No.
When there were still Imperial ships about, we did our bit for Limsa and went after him. But with the Garleans gone, there's no one left to ply our trade on, except the beastmen. So let us have that, eh? It's only fair. Contentious though some may find your views, it is true you've broken no laws. That being so, I see no reason why you should not state your case directly to the Admiral's face, unless the acting captain of the only true pirate crew left in Limsa Lominsa has some other cause to hide in a cave. Well said indeed. All right, I'll meet with the Admiral. I'll even provide the venue, the Astalicia. I trust she won't turn down the invitation.
So is that what we're gonna do? We're gonna fight?
Though I have some passing knowledge of prior events, I am yet ill-qualified to meddle in Lominsan affairs. 'Twas not my place to argue with Sikat, much as I would have liked to. Nay, it is for the Admiral to deal with him and the bloody executioners both. By bringing them to the negotiating table, we have played our part. I don't know about you, but it was all I could do to stop myself from punching Sikat in the smirking face whenever he opened his mouth.
I love her so much. She's so great. Elfin was keen to report back to the Admiral.
I thought myself the hunter, but it turns out I was the prey. A timely reminder that the pirate powers of Limsa Lominsa are not to be trifled with. But it's all well that ends well. Grahati's timely provocation of the had the desired effect, and Sigurd has agreed to a meeting. Let us hurry back to Limsa Lominsa and pass on the invitation to the Admiral.
Okay. The Astalisha is the very last place for such a meeting. The Admiral will be marching right into the Quirl's den. I hope we don't end up regretting this. Sicard does not want for confidence, that much is plain. But I have faith in the Admiral. She has dealt with far worse. While we have no assurances Sicard will be amenable to reason, there can be no compromise without discussion. Welcome back, my friends. What news? So they've been stealing crystals from the kobolds. My thanks for solving the mystery and securing them a meeting besides. Suffice to say, I accept Sicard's invitation, and I would have you join me as my guests. The future of Limsa hangs upon the outcome of this meeting, and I would have the Scions present to bear witness.
Look who's come crawling! Traitor!
You can shove your piece!
Welcome aboard, Admiral. I'll wager you don't remember me. Sicard, acting captain of the bloody executioners, at your service.
'Twas kind of you to invite us. Now, if Captain Hillfear has a message for me, I bid you speak it.
We have just the one demand. That you forget this bilge about making peace with the Beastmen. Ours is a nation of pirates. Always has been, always will be. Deny us our right to plunder, and you deny who we are.
Too bloody right! Pirates till we die!
What we want, we take! Piracy has no place in our future.
What'd she say?
Pirates have no place. Our nation has prospered through piracy, 'tis true. Yet it is but one part of our long and storied history. Centuries ago, our ancestors led a failed rebellion and were driven from their homes with little more than the shirts on their backs. In fear of their lives, they sailed south until they came to these shores. Finding the land occupied by kobolds, however, they were forced to turn to piracy in order to survive. And survive they did. But not so long ago, when the Empire threatened to crush everything we'd built, we set aside piracy and joined hands with our neighbors. This too was in order to survive. And survive we did. Time after time we fought the Empire, and time after time we won. And through trade with our newfound allies, we prospered more than we ever did through pillaging and plundering. The Empire teeters on the brink of collapse. Ere long, provinces like Wurlit and Bosnia and many others will regain their freedom.
Excuse me? Bosnia? Excuse me? What do you mean, Bosnia? I have literally never heard anyone pronounce it that way. Not once ever.
When they do, our matchless fleet will lead the world in a new golden age of commerce. The tides favor us, and the ocean beckons with her vast bounty. But if we cling to the old ways, this great ship we call Limsa will trade the boundless seas for a lagoon. So we scorn the world's wealth for a plundered pittance, then? Or shall we embrace change and thrive, like our ancestors before us? The choice is yours. But if we are to prosper in the coming age, the whole of Vilbrand must become our ship, and a kobold and Sahagin our crewmates.
Rousing words. Might even be some truth in them. But pirating's all we've ever known. And we ain't about to give it up just 'cause you say so.
Then you're probably gonna die.
Like, she's probably gonna, like, shoot you. I hope she shoots you. I want her to shoot you.
Still, we're all the Mincins here and no one wants a war. So where does that leave us? Long before you became Admiral, I heard you was captain of the League of Lost Bastards. That true? If so, you'd know how we pirates settle our differences.
Is she gonna shoot him? I want her to shoot him. No, there was your surprised Pikachu face.
A duel.
She's gonna shoot him.
Very well. As Admiral of Limsa Laminsa, I accept your challenge.
Yay! She shot him.
This ain't over! Not till one of us is dead! Finish the job! Or I will!
The captain!
It's the captain!
Captain Ilfair!
Ye fool! 'Twas over afore it began.
It's Hagrid!
Captain!
Captain Hagrid!
Seems the whelps have been yapping while their master was abed. Listen well, all of ye. Since the signing of the Galadian Accord, we all of us have been part of the same crew. The crew of the good ship Limsa Laminsa. At the helm of that ship is the Admiral. And 'tis she who decides where we sail. Was I not clear on that point? Or did you forget whose deck you stand on? Nay? Then what in the seven hells are you playing at?
It's all we know, Captain. If we ain't pirates, what are we?
You're bloody idiots is what ye are. Idiots, with your own lives ahead of ye. Ye can do anything ye want. Be anything ye want. We're pirates, aye. And we pirates love our loot. But that ain't our first love. Our first love is the sea. The sea! And what she brings us. Freedom! So hold fast to that. Let the brine-crusted husk that stands before you now be the last of them as knew naught save out of steel. And make of yourselves a new breed of pirate! Lad, I made ye me right hand 'cause I saw something in ye. And I still do. You have the makings of a captain. All you lack's the belief. Well now, it seems we're of one mind after all. Apologies for the misunderstanding, Admiral. We're with ye, wherever ye be headed.
You have my thanks, Hilfir.
Your choice of dueling pistol did not escape my notice. Good old Annihilator. Ender of many a proud pirate's voyage. Mistbeard's vanished into legend, and it won't be long before I take my rest in the depths. Yet be that as it may, the old ways can only truly die when we've dealt the Empire the telling blow. There'll be stormy seas ahead, no doubt. But I'm trusting ye to steer us through to the other side.
There are times when one must stand one's ground, even at the cost of failure, even if the cost of failure is beyond reckoning. The Admiral did just that, and I have nothing but respect for her. As she continues to steer her nation through this period of transition, I pray the Navigator will see fit to fill her sails. While I don't condone what Sicard has been doing, I know how difficult it can be to change course. It took me long enough to join the Scions, didn't it?
Yes, it did. I wish you would join sooner because you're great.
When the discussion gave way to a duel, I feared what might unfold. Yet only a fool would underestimate the Admiral, as Sicard soon discovered. Though I had anticipated a duel, I did not foresee that Hilfir would intervene. But I'm full glad that he did. 'Twould have been a shame to kill the boy. Instead, the whelp has learned a valuable lesson, and we have made peace amongst ourselves. All that remains is to do likewise with our neighbours.
Okay. The Great Ship Vilbrand.
Now, I need hardly tell you, but any attempt to negotiate with the tribes is doomed to fail unless their minds can first be wrested from the grip of their gods. And so, in the meeting we seek to arrange with the kobolds, I would have you free their leader of Titan's influence. Leave it to us. We will open his ears to reason. You have my thanks. Ere we proceed, there is something you should know. Some 50 years past, when the Sahagins swarmed at our hulls in ever greater numbers, Limsa entered into a covenant with the kobolds. To men shall go the bounty of the sea, to kobolds shall go the bounty of the land, an ostensibly equitable arrangement, conspicuously lacking in detail. Aye, inadvertently or not, the wording was ambiguous, and we took advantage of it, moving in to claim the northern reaches of Lenosha, which the kobolds believed theirs. Bloodshed followed, then bloodshed to answer the bloodshed, and on it went, until every Ilm of Vilbrand bore the stain of our conflict. This is not history, you understand. It is the present, fresh and raw, and with their kindred's blood yet on our hands, we will struggle to regain the kobolds' trust, even should we cure their tempered. Admiral, you speak of obstacles we are like to encounter at the meeting, but as things stand, I see no reason why the kobolds would agree to a meeting in the first place. And so we must provide a reason. I will restore their stolen crystals to them, and personally deliver the cargo along with my apologies. Bait. They would welcome us into their midst, not to speak of peace, but to have you at their mercy. Aye, and given the wealth of crystals we will bring, I'll wager they will attempt to summon Titan there and then. Meaning a high priest would need to be present, to whom we could administer the cure. Precisely. He is the fish I would catch. But he will not be alone. Nay, he will have guards on hand, and they will lay down their lives to protect him. Yet a single death on the kobold side would jeopardize our chance at peace, and there my venture founders. Yet it need not. What if we were to employ the Conqueror's chain? Though we would still have to weaken the kobolds, it would allow us to subdue them without inflicting lasting harm. The artifact Mistbeard used to take goods and not life? Aye, that would serve. Well done, Marshal. Mistbeard, who's definitely not you. So, friends, what think you of our strategy? The effects of tempering are cumulative, and we may safely assume that the High Priest's exposure to primal influence is extensive. It will therefore take a great deal of ether to reverse its effects, not to mention time. Time during which Alize would be defenseless. Even should we look to her protection, I am not convinced we could keep an entire army of kobolds at bay. Well, I'm happy to take that risk as long as we have no other choice.
Why?
Besides, it's what Tesleen would do. And had I not followed her example, we wouldn't even have a cure for tempering, much less a chance to bring peace to Vilbrand. So I'm going to cure that priest or die trying.
This is kind of groovy music all of a sudden. I believe in you, Alisaie.
And I believe in you too. You and everyone. I know you'll keep me safe. It is settled then. See to your preparations and make for Camp Overlook. We will join you there anon.
That was just some groovy music all of a sudden. Oh, what is this weapon? That's really pretty. What is this weapon? Tsukiyomi. Okay. Tsukiyomi's Moonlit Greatbow. Camp Overlook.
Beyond a no misapprehension, the extent of the High Priest's tempering is like to far exceed that of Gabu. But then his was a relatively mild case, milder indeed than the majority of those we have wished to save. The coming mission will be a truer test of our treatment. I have no doubt that Alisaie will succeed with the cure, if we can but afford her the time. Alfina wasn't lying when he said that I'd be defenseless, so I'm counting on you all to give me the time I need. Our sole purpose will be to keep you out of harm's way, so leave that to us and focus on your own task. Indeed. And should you want for ether, all you need only say the word.
The baby! The baby's here.
Gabu, did you follow us here?
There's something important that I want to say to the High Priest. Express, state, say. Please let me come with you, please. I'm sorry, but it's too dangerous. I need you to promise me that you'll stay here where it's safe, all right?
My apologies for the wait. It took time, but we've secured our audience. All unfolded as expected. At the mention of my returning their crystals in person, the kobolds suddenly remembered how keen they were to be reconciled. And so, in the glorious spirit of cooperation, we are to be received by Patriarch Zada of the Second Order, who awaits our pleasure in the navel. If you are ready, then let us proceed to the Ugamaro mines at once.
Why do I have the feeling that the baby is gonna show up? I at least want to talk to him.
But I really wanted to go with you. Accompany, join, go with you.
Okay, maybe he won't. Maybe he'll actually listen to Alize. Now I get to go into this maze for the third time and try to find my way to the stupid aetheryte. Here we go.
The Conqueror's chain stands ready, but weaken your foes and it will see them subdued. Alice can be forgiven a certain amount of recklessness, but if she goes so far as to contemplate sacrificing herself, I will remind her how she responded when I thought to do the same. Not that we will let it come to that, of course. Ready when you are, my friend. Patriarch Zada. If the name sounds familiar, it's because he was the one who presided over the deaths of Gabu's parents. I tried to reach out to him that day, only for my pleas to fall upon deaf ears. But this day will be different. We will reach out together, all of us, and we will take peace in our grasp. There's nothing more to say. I'm going to do this, for Gabu and Tesleen, and anyone who's ever dreamed of a better future. This aetheryte will bear us to our quarry. Should he make to summon Titan, as I anticipate, we will halt the ceremony and restrain him. At this, all hells will break loose, and you will have an army of kobolds to entertain, till Alize's work is done. Just remember, none must die. We weaken them, and let Ainzar do the rest. It is time. Stay the course, my friends. I spy calmer waters beyond this squall. Okay. Gabu's parents are still there.
Greetings, Patriarch. I am Merlwib Blufisvin, Admiral of Limsa Leminsa. I come before you to offer my sincerest apologies for the many wrongs committed by my people against you and yours.
You were foolish to come here. Stupid, unwise, foolish. The Great Father shall have your souls for your folly.
Aye, just as we thought.
Now, Alize! Quickly!
You don't need to tell me!
Let none pass. We must grant her as much time as we can.
We must protect Alizé! There!
You're in my sights.
There!
You're in my sights.
Oh, just what we need!
You're not alone.
There! There!
You're in my sights.
Here you are, Alizé.
More! I need more ether!
Just a little more!
Absolutely. Yay! We did it. Or we will.
Yes, this will do. Here I go. Go, Angelo!
Did it work? What?
What is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, but they died by your hand. You sacrificed them to summon Titan.
No. No, 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 no! Why? Why would I do such a thing?
Would that there were a cure for the victims of the Tempered.
The baby!
Gabu! What are you doing here?
Patriarch, please listen to me. Hear, heed, listen. The Great Father we have been summoning is false. He only hurts us and those we love. For a long time, his voice filled my mind. It told me to do terrible things. Awful, unspeakable, terrible things. But I didn't give in to it, and you mustn't either. There's been too much pain already, so please, end the suffering.
What have I done?
We share this child's desire, Patriarch. An end to summoning, for it spells naught but misery for both our peoples. For many long years, man and kobold have feuded over territory, pillaging and perishing for the earth beneath our feet. It may be said that we fought to survive, but what we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on. I would see us set aside the past and work together for peace.
It was wrong of me to hurt my own in the name of the Great Father. Sinful, evil, wrong. But that doesn't mean there can be peace between us. Men cannot be trusted. The bounty of the land was to be ours, and yours the bounty of the sea. But you broke the pact. Violated, breached, broke. Unready as we were, what choice had we but to call upon the divine to rid ourselves of your tyranny?
None, and I do not blame you for it. In violation of the spirit, if not the letter, of the pact, we took your lands for our own. The fault lies wholly with us. On behalf of all Leminsons, I offer you my humblest apology. I pray you'll find it in your heart to accept it. Yet I know an apology alone will not serve to make things right. So, we will revise the pact to leave no room for doubt. And any who violate it shall face justice, swift and certain.
No, we won't be fooled. Not again.
Please, hear me to the end. Fleeting though it was, there was a time when man and kobold abided together in harmony, in cooperation. In those days, your people shared the secrets of smelting. Knowledge which allowed Limsa Lominsa to thrive. Much of what we have, we owe to the kobolds. And so, for the good of all who dwell on this isle, I wish to make you an offer. We will bear your people's wares to every corner of the world, and trade them in your stead. In return, we will bring you the bounty, not only of the sea, but lands both near and far. Whatever you desire, the Navigator as my witness, you shall have it. There will be no more man and beastman, just the crew of the great ship that is Vilbrand. And together, we will share in the wealth of the world. If you'll only accept our hand in friendship.
We want to believe you. We truly do. But we believed you before and you betrayed us. Fooled, deceived, betrayed us.
There are bad men, it's true. But there are also good ones. And the ones before you are the best of them. They were always kind to me. Caring, nice, kind, and I trust them with my life.
Before I became Admiral, I was a pirate. I stole, I fought, I stained the sea red with blood. Such is my past, and I dare not forget it, however much I might want to. That is death penalty. The pistol I used to pass judgment on my own sire when he fell thrall to Leviathan and betrayed his comrades.
How many guns does she have, and do they all have, like, really dramatic names? Because the one that she used in the duel was Annihilator. This one is apparently called Death Penalty.
It's loaded. If you were to point it at my head and pull the trigger, I would most assuredly die. Though it isn't much, my life is the single most valuable thing I possess. If it will suffice to atone for past wrongs, take it. A single bullet to annul the old pact, and my blood to write it anew. What comes after, I entrust to this man, my second in command. I know that he will do his utmost for the happiness of all who call Vilbrand home.
I do not trust you. Not yet. But Gabu does. And I will trust him.
Alfie's gonna have a heart attack.
We want you to know that we respect your faith. There's nothing wrong with giving thanks to the land which sustains you. But summoning is different. Should you hear of anyone who would attempt it, we ask that you appeal to their better judgment, or failing that, seek our aid. We're always ready to help.
Many and more of my brethren are yet in thrall to the Great Father, just as I was. If you could free them too, I would be grateful. Appreciative, thankful, grateful.
"'Tis we who should be grateful, Patriarch. I thank you for affording us this chance.
Now it's time to talk to our friends. The Admiral seems hell-bent on worrying me to death, but I suppose the ends justify the means. Well fought, my friend. Well fought. In two separate worlds the seeds were sown, and through the determination of two indomitable women, they have quickened into this historic moment. I feel honored to have been present to see it. It has taken a long time,
But the dream of a lasting peace with the kobolds may soon become a reality, and it's all thanks to Alizé. The treatment may have restored the Patriarch to his senses, but it was the Admiral and Gabu's words that touched his heart. This moment belongs to all of us, Rando. We couldn't have done it without each other. Oh no, I didn't talk to Gabu! I didn't see him there! The baby! 'Twould seem we have found a way forward with the kobolds. Next we will help the Second Order to free their tempered brethren from thraldom. Theirs is far from the only order, of course, and it will take no small amount of time and effort to reach the rest. But reach them we will, however long it takes. I would say that I was in your debt, but that has long since been true. So instead, I will say thank you for helping us to plot a new course, not only for Limsa Lominsa, but all Eorzea. If I could befriend you all, then surely other kobolds can befriend men too. And I'll do everything I can to help them, facilitate, assist, help.
She's just like Reaper from Overwatch. She's like, pew, 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 like just drops them and then grabs more. Mm-hmm. So, oh, this is the last quest. Nice. So after this, I will be done with 5.4.
Alphina's face is a picture, equal parts jubilation and relief.
Right. Let's return to the Rising Stones.
Admiral, something strange is afoot at the floating city.
Breathe, man. What is it?
Nim?
I think it's best you see for yourself. Please, come with me.
What in the world is that? A tower.
You can see it too, then? I feared I was losing my wits. One moment I was patrolling as usual, and the next it was just there.
Yes? This is she. I am. I'm looking at it. What?
Like it's
Understood. Send the Elder Seedseer my regards.
this is she. Like, oh, sorry, wrong number.
The communications officer. It seems this isn't the only tower. They've sprung up all across Eorzea. Nothing more is known, only that they appear to be of Garlean construction. Our allies on the Alamegan front are on highest alert.
But she's like, yes, this is she. Like, who did you call? Like, not obviously, I don't know exactly how link pearls work, but like, I'm fairly certain that you call a specific person and they're like, yes, hello.
Forgive my directness, but would you join them? They may well need the help.
Of course, Admiral. We shall make all haste.
My thanks. I will return to Limsa to weigh our response. Look for Commander Hext when you arrive in Alamigo, and may the Navigator speed you on your way.
I sure have never seen those towers before because I've definitely never watched trailers for expansions I haven't played yet. It's kind of expensive. We're gonna do it the cheap way. Yeah, every gun has a name. She's like, this is death penalty, and this is annihilator, and this is I'ma shoot you, and this is you gonna die. Oh, I guess it would help if I did this also. The heat of battle's kind of whatever while I'm doing this, but reduced rates definitely helps. Yeah, this one's the Terminator. This one's Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I can never remember where it is. Okay, it is the Hawthorne Hut. And then from here, I will teleport to the Alamegan Quarter. Oh, they're right here.
Though it isn't visible from here, the locals report that a tower-like structure has appeared to the south. Gabu? Don't worry. He's with our Maelstrom friends, meaning we're free to deal with the latest problem to fall uninvited into our laps. Alfie. It appears to be business as usual inside the city, but Lise will be able to tell us if there have been any developments without.
Thank you for coming so soon. I'll send for Commander Aldin at once, and we can decide what to do about these infernal towers.
Roger preserved! It can't be.
The palace! After them!
You're here, good.
Well, well, well! To be received by such an illustrious cast! Why, even the hero of the piece is here! I feel quite starstruck. Is that Asahi?
His body, more like. You don't fool us.
Oh! You saw straight through it! Anyone would think you dealt with Asians before. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Fandaniel, and may I say what a pleasure it is to finally make your acquaintance.
What do you want?
My, straight to business is it? Suit yourself. It is my intention to recreate the final days, to which end I have distributed a collection of rather ingenious devices, or towers, which will, in time, give rise to the grandest of spectacles.
The final days? But it was the Asians who labored to prevent them.
You're quite right, though I would expect no less from one responsible for eliminating my unsundered colleagues. Honestly, the three of them were obsessed with restoring the one true world. As a sovereign individual, however, I never had much interest in such things. I mean, why bother when you're just another sundered minion? Admittedly, Elidibus was not convinced by that argument, but thanks to you, I'm finally free of his incessant nagging. Free to use my powers as I see fit, to fulfill my heart's desire. And my heart's desire is to lay this half-broken world to waste, leaving nary a fleck of dust behind!
What? Why would you want such a thing?
Because I want wretched creatures who ask such meaningless questions to die! You! And you! And you! I want you all to die! And I want to die too! Oh, yes! I want to die and take everyone with me in a paroxysm of pain and suffering! I'm different, you see, from the ancients who clung to dear life, and from you. So don't bother trying to reason with me. You will find I have no reason, or creed, or any such tripe.
I have to say that Asahi was probably the least good body for this Ascian to take over. Because apparently insanity is multiplicative.
I just want to destroy the world. But please do resist with all your might. It will add to my enjoyment. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled, for the curtains have risen on the spectacle to end all spectacles. We, the Telophoroi, shall be your performers, and this very star our stage. Ah, but I nearly forgot. I have a message for you. My esteemed patron, Lord Xenos, eagerly awaits you at the heart of the chaos. While I wish only to destroy the world, he exists solely to relive a certain, transcendent moment with you. And it is for that reason he would reduce all to ash. Pray see to it his dreams do not go unfulfilled. For if you should disappoint him, my trusty companion here, whom I've dubbed Lunar Bahamut, will burn your cities and everyone in them.
Can I get that as an Eggy Glamour? Please?
Everyone out! My men will tend to the blaze.
Or at least, like, I mean, I don't really like its head. Like, I want regular Bahamut, but in that color scheme. Can that be a thing? Like, purple? Like, the wings can change, but I don't like the head. I want regular Bahamut head. Please and thank you, Square Enix. Oh, I didn't talk to everyone else.
Thank goodness everyone's safe. We've managed to put out the fire. They're not quick enough to save the garden. Raubon, can I leave it to you to send word to the Alliance? I'm going to take a unit and investigate the tower. We need to find out what it's for. We'll go with you. No, you won't. You'll rest. And from what Melvib tells me, you'll do some time off duty. Should we learn anything about the tower, we'll be sure to share it with you. Until then, I want you to rest. Very well. But if you need our help, don't hesitate. And take care, both of you. Fine. Venasian is on the prowl. It will not be long before we call on you and yours again. Rest now while you still can. So you really did it. You found a cure for tempering. Oh, it makes me want to do something heroic right now. Speaking of which, I'd better get ready and set out for the tower.
Okay, Rising Stones and the end of 5.4. Now I need to remember to talk to my friends. I haven't talked to those guys in a while, but, like, honestly, I don't really care that much about them.
It would seem you've had quite an eventful time in my absence, but I am fully rested now and ready for more. Welcome back, Rando. Make yourself comfortable and let me know if I can get you anything. Oh, how good it feels to come home to the Rising Stones. It's here my heart feels most at peace and my mind the clearest.
Aww.
Y'shtola returned just before us, and it seems she knows about the towers too. Though my new, or rather old, by which I mean young, though this body has a good deal more stamina than the one I wore out in the first, I confess I've been looking forward to a moment's respite. But we've had a busy few days, have we not? Ah, you're back. Good. We've received reports from the Alliance. Since we're all here, perhaps those who bore witness to the events in Alamigo could treat the rest of us to a first-hand account.
Shit's wild, man.
No sooner do we overcome the one problem than another appears. It would all seem tediously predictable but for the endless variety of our foes. This Fandaniel sounds even more unhinged than his patron. Unhinged perhaps, but no fool. For all his pantomime theatrics, he gave away little about his plot. We know only that he intends to recreate the final days, and that the towers will somehow facilitate this. He also called his dragon Luna Bahamut. Let's not forget about that little detail. And the creature certainly did resemble the Elder Primal. That may be, but the fact that it answered to Fandaniel would suggest they are not one and the same entity. I think it more probable that it is some manner of simulacrum born of Ascian magics. Whatever it is, for now we can but work closely with the Alliance and remain vigilant. I believe that concludes our news. What of yours, Y'shtola? I've been to see the Sultana. Knowing how quick the immortal flames are to dispose of their tempered, I judged it best to provide them with the cure first.
Probably a good call.
As soon as I had sufficiently recovered, I travelled to Ul'dah and delivered the porksies to Her Grace, along with detailed instructions on their use.
And she thought it was adorable, as you could see in that flashback.
Yet my visit chanced to coincide with the arrival of some troubling tidings. The immortal flames had been on the cusp of agreeing to a truce with the Amal Jah when negotiations abruptly collapsed. The Amal Jah claimed that a number of their kind have been abducted, and that men are responsible. Naught is known of the perpetrators as yet, but as the immortal flames went about investigating the abductions, they came upon one of Fandaniel's towers. On the subject of the towers, On the subject of the towers, you may be interested to learn that they are not an exclusively Eorzean phenomenon. According to the Alliance, they have been sighted as far afield as Yangsha. Then it would seem reasonable to assume that they are everywhere. We simply have not found them. Well, as you said yourself, we can do little for now save remain vigilant. And since we are dealing with a dragon, ostensibly at least, I believe it would behoove us to enlist the aid of an authority on such foes. Estinian! He's the Azure Dragoon. Estinian? Now just a moment. If he could be persuaded to lend us his lance, I would be the first to welcome it. But the truth is, we will struggle to even find him. You let me and Kryl worry about that. We'll sniff him out no matter where he's hiding. If indeed he is hiding, we have ways of locating him regardless. So, if there are no objections, we shall depart at once. Well, rather than sitting around, I think I might go to each of the city-states and educate them on in the use of the porksies. They would doubtless appreciate it, but might you consider taking a moment to rest before leaving? You would be fresher for the tasks ahead. Well, my friend, our moment of triumph did not last long. 'Twas ever the way, the world often needs saving. And save it we shall. I, for one, do not intend to allow a nihilistic madman to take us all to the grave with him. Not when the future holds such promise. Nay, I will do all in my power to protect those whom I hold dear, just as you have always done.
Meanwhile, somewhere in the locks.
The scouts should have been back by now. I'm gonna go and find them. Oh, thank goodness for that.
Probably not.
Glory be. Glory be. Glory be. Glory be to Garlemald!
Well, that doesn't seem good. And meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace.
The piles have been driven as planned, and the first of the beasts has roared to life. Moreover, I am pleased to report that preparations are well underway for the rest. Ere long, chaos shall reign over all the land, as befits the final days.
Call it what you will, so long as my friend returns to me, fangs bared and claws sharpened. I care not.
Of course, my lord. By strange coincidence, your dear friend chanced to be present when I made my declaration. I took the liberty of informing him that you await his coming, though I confess I may have singed him a little in the process.
And why do you tell me this? Are you in such a hurry to die?
Ah, my apologies. I must guard my tongue lest it be the end of me.
I very much understand why people hate this character now.
Though, there is something to be said for such a glorious death. Better to fall to one who has it all than falter before an inferior. Huh. I shall keep it in mind as a contingency. For now, however, I shall proceed with the plan. My lord.
I must find myself a new weapon. One worthy of our long-awaited reunion.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of 5.4. I am going to call it there for the stream. I will likely start 5.5 tomorrow. 5.5 and 5.55 together have 9 quests. We just did 5. 5.5 has 6, and then 5.55 has 3. But yeah, so that, like I said, here, let's go here. Like I said, that's gonna do it for the stream for today. So see you later, everybody.